wanted to see that goat's face get melted off, didn't you? It's fine, it's a safe space. The final to Garden Warfare 2 gave us pretty decent rewards, 2 new classes. The characters by themselves were already pretty fun and worth the effort. I can remember Torchwood in particular being busted as all hell when he came out, though when it comes to Garden Warfare classes, where there's a class, there's a variant. Or multiple variants for that matter. So when photos of what we figured were variants started hitting the scene, I was pretty excited. We had this green toxic one, a gingerbread house, Aladdin, and hold up. From what I recall, it was only snippets of images, and there was a huge debate between what these were. Turns out they were costumes. Something no one had really guessed, because it's something that didn't really exist. I've done it. I've gone and done it. I knew. Oh, Merry Christmas, said PopCap, to those who unlocked the characters by hand. Here's 2 free outfits. I happened to get the Christmas ones and kind of figured that everyone got the Christmas ones, and the rest would be slowly trickled out through rugs. I mean, outfits are a cool idea, they spice up the characters a bit. I mean, BFN took the idea and ran with it, but we're still months off that in the timeline. But yeah, no, I just love the way the gingerbread house moves. Maybe it looks the same on the others, but it's definitely accentuated on this guy. Like, wherever he's going, he needs to get there, and quick. But okay, if these were just costumes, what gives? Well, I mean, the costumes are worth mentioning as they no doubt planted the seed that was to lead to the community-made variants, but also because they lead me nicely into our first category of variants, the costume repurposing. It's as it suggests, the costumes were taken and given unique weapons, usually themed around the costume, which is what I was getting at by being the cause for inspiration. I just thought I'd let one go, you know. I just wanted to get in there. To start this category off, I want to talk about my favourite one of these, Replanted's Festive Rider. I single out this variant first as I like how the weapon relates to the costume. The Festive Rider randomly shoots one of the elemental effects every time you pull the trigger. The idea of a random or mystery element fits well with the present idea of the costume. You don't know what's in those wrapped up boxes. Also, having a variant with all the elemental effects is fun and something that there's a surprising lack of. Come on, Robo Zombie. This mod's other reimagined offering is the TX1000, repurposed as a toxic variant. Which, after hearing those things together, it's hard to think of any other way to make this costume a variant. I'm assuming I wasn't the only one thinking that, as the other TX1000 variant I found is also a toxic variant. Dare I say more satisfying to use? I did it. I had to do it. I wonder how many times I've done this video. Just a compilation of me using Blazing Blast, just to see how many times I do it. Oh no. Reaching level 4 was a mistake. The game crashed. This speaks to the idea that the costume really does inform the variant here, to a deeper degree than I originally thought. My biggest question going into this was, how would they adapt this? The house on legs, the largest moving thing in the goddamn game. Missing it would be cause for embarrassment for sure. The answer is sugar, which makes more sense now that I've heard those things together. I mean, it's got one cob different from the other. I didn't know it could be customized to that level as well. Like, I'm sure, mix and matching the tops and bottom of heads, like, I'm already over that. But now we're changing the individual cobs. Like, my mind's gonna need a second. I'm gonna have to rearrange some neurons for that one. Jumping over to the goat side, we have the Wishmaker goat. Much like a park ranger or an alien flower, this guy shoots a mist that lingers a bit, dealing damage to whoever walks into it. Though unlike those characters, that mist also heals teammates. This variant in particular lit something up in my brain. The variant perfectly takes the costume and adds a good spin to it with some creative flair. Sometimes I am reminded just how much of a shame it is that these things aren't actually in the game and I can't just jump into a multiplayer match. Kind of defeats the point of the video using that, doesn't it? The Festive Rider of this mod takes the approach I feel most would, and made it an ice variant. This experience did clue me into how much power this concept has in execution. Oh, that has just kind of clued me into the fact that an ice goat would have been pretty broken if you could have just gone around doing that. So this leads me on to the second type of variant, the completely brand new one, also known as just a regular variant. Just seeing how the mod devs change up these classes is interesting. The weapons, theming, and look are all a joy to discover and play around with, which leads us to... We're here again. Beyond looking like something out of your nightmares, this guy is a legendary variant that feels its meter by collecting souls. This guy looks and plays the part. A zombie killed by his hands will drop a soul that will despawn if not collected quickly. Surprised the zombies even have souls. Once enough souls has been harvested, soul power will give you the standard legendary meter bonus things, such as additional damage. The goat legendary is inspired by fast. Getting enough kills will enter you into your final lap, with speed being the focus. Oh, I'm in final lap. I don't know what this does though. Oh, just more damage. Oh, I'm rapid as well. Oh my god. Oh. The design of this hover goat is also pretty good. I mean, the designs for all of these variants are good, so it just goes without saying, but I thought I'd mention it here. Alright, I appear to be jumping around a bit. Let's peel it back a bit. Just a goat. Bling goat. Love a goat. Just a goat. I like this one. The goat in its most humble of forms. Manual detonation though makes him a wolf in goat's clothes. The theming of this goat in particular I find very fun, and also tying in this universe's only other animal apparently to create a reason for manual detonation to exist I also find to be creative. We go from humble beginnings to the king of bling. The aptly named Bling Goat. This guy is all form, no function. This goat has quite the killing potential as well as a bonus. Turns plants into turrets upon death. Golden Gatlings. Sorry. The appearance is just a blinged up version of the regular goat, which I enjoy. Back on nature's side, we have just a big stump. Saying just a big stump does a disservice to the pure, unfiltered joy I felt playing this variant. Oh my god, come here. Oh my god, murdered. Bosh. Oh my god. The impact. It might be a boss miniaturized, but I had the most fun running around with this character. There's something so simple yet so satisfying about launching zombies. The withered bark doesn't use that tiny gun to fight. That's just there to make sense of the smouldering madness this variant has access to. No, this variant has blazing blast as its main weapon. It's a little downgraded, but that gets the point across. Also, look at this model. Fantastic. I love how this one tells a story as to why it's called the withered bark, and what effect that had on what I can only assume was an original Torchwood. An ice Torchwood makes you look like a snowman. I mean, we have a walking tree, a walking house, so this seems tame in comparison. That does make me think though, I wonder how weird any of this would be to someone who's never touched these games before. So I hope this scratches that curious itch for variations on these guys. It's what you expected, plus a little more. Modders never fail to pull through with the goods when it comes to this sort of stuff. It's a nice mix of those variants you'd expect, your ice, toxic and the like. Then just a goat. There'll be links in the description for all the mods I used. I recommend going to check them all out. Also, I would appreciate it if you considered becoming a member for bonus content like behind the scenes and other such rewards. Thank you for your time, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Goodbye.